Yeah, you want me to shoot? Okay, let's go.
Okay, stay.
Yes, I mean, introduce yourself.
We starting?
Yeah.
All right, this is Edwin.
It's Sean from grade 12.
Hi, I'm Poom.
I'm Susan.
Hello, I'm Yuzin.
Hello, I'm Doris.
Hello, my name is Chris.
Hey, my name is Ruchi.
My name is Jasper, I'm 18 years old.
Hi, I'm Bonnie.
I'm Yoke. I'm from grade 12, and we're the class of 2023.
When and how do you start learning in APS?
So there's a time my mom left me alone in China, traveling with my dad and my sister to Thailand. Yeah, leave me alone in China. Yeah, and it was funny at school because they see no future in me. They see no future in me in China. They think I'm gonna become a real gangster in China. Yeah, they got some connections and they come to here meet Mr. Jeffrey. The first time they see the school, they feel, damn, this is a school for me. It's locked. It's in the nature. It's peaceful. There's no gangster here. It's not from the hood. And they think this is a perfect place I can start my life again.
I started learning APS, I think 2015, so that would be like 7 to 8 years. One of my mom's friends introduced the school to my mom, so my mom sent me to the school.
So I came in on the day of my birthday, and then my mom just left me on the campus, and I just follow everyone along in the campus.
First year after getting APIS is 2019. The reason why I want to study outside of China is because I want to run away from Chinese traditional education.
I started this school August 15th, 2015, so it's been a very long time, roughly 8 years.
I mean, the first year that I get in APIS is very chilling. And I still remember in 2 weeks after I be there, I went to CWW with my new classmates.
I came here in K3, I think it's 2011, in the old primary campus. So my entire elementary, middle school, and high school is here.
I'm joined APIS in 2020, and I can believe graduation soon. Yeah.
What are the experiences that you got from this school?
Stress.
During my APIS life, I do think the most experiences that I've ever learned is confidence. At the beginning, I'm not very good to speak English, and I'm not brave enough to speak my word out. So I'm lack of communication with everybody. But since I stay in APIS for like 4 years, I start to speak. So as you guys can see, my language level is increased a lot.
APIS gave me a lot of opportunity, and I had a lot of fun learning in APIS. It also gave me a better experience for like learning new stuff and just being curious about things.
So the most experience I got from this school is probably improving my English. I think that's the main skills that I was here for, and the thing that I think I get most out of it. For me personally, and for a lot of my classmates, we were in kind of like transitional stages of the school where they were kind of like experimenting and trying to implementing MYP and DP. And so I think I wouldn't exactly take that as an experience I got, mostly because it was like so early in the beginning stage at this school that I believe that the experience I got from those are more like kind of like management skills and kind of like controlling myself. and try not to be overboard with the work I have and with the things I was tasked to do.
My experience from the school will be learning English for the most of the time because my classmates actually they are from different countries and I meet them and we talk in English. That is the new experience for me in this school.
I feel like I experience a lot of things of APIS, and I have become more independent and learn how to socialize with new people.
Because I didn't speak much English before I came here, so probably like English and stuff. Yeah, like there's a lot of English speakers, so I can improve my English too.
I've gotten a lot of interesting experiences from here, but good interesting. Student council is definitely a big one. It's been a really great experience. CWW is also something cool that we do in APIS, but I think the most memorable experience is all the teachers that have taught me. I think I've met a whole lot of great teachers here.
Hi. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Mr. Brandon and I am the grade 12 advisor.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Amarata. I am the grade 12 advisor and I have been the advisor of these students since they are in grade 8.
The grade 12 class has been a unit for a good couple of years. Some of them started primary school together. Some of them started at PC together and some of them joined later, but regardless of when they joined, they all collectively welcomed each individual and welcomed them into their pack, into their family.
So then for the students in general, they've just been a group that I've grown to love from day one. Getting to be new at APIS, starting to learn who each and every one was. I had very few of them in class at the time, so it was just through our limited advisory, which was 2 days a week, little by little, and it was really when we finally took our CWW trip to a Karen village that year, where I really saw exactly who each and every one of these students were and saw how compassionate and kind that they all are.
Edwin?
He's all right. Not much to say about him. Not much to say.
No words. Skip. Edwin is just complicated. I'll say I know him for a very long time too, and he's a very good friend of me. I like him too, but you know, he's just like the weirdest person I ever met in my life. He's just weird. Like you don't expect him to do something. Like you don't know what's he gonna do next. But it's really fun to hang out with him. Yeah.
Edwin, I don't think the world is ready for Edwin. Edwin is such a character. I think he's gonna leave a very impactful mark on this world that is just gonna be like done in such an Edwin style way.
Our class clown, for sure. First time I came to the school, Edwin came up to me and said like, "Hey, yo, bro, you believe in Buddha?"
We've been together for kind of like 6 years now, pretty long time, and he was my roommate for a while in dorm. I would describe him as funny, and also very athletic-minded, a bit too athletic-minded, kind of like that, and very fast. Like he can finish assignment insanely fast. Like he can finish the class before the class was due, and yeah.
Edwin is a very fun classmate to have. He is very loud, and we can all hear him from like miles away, but it is really fun to have him in class, and I think I enjoy like psychology with him a lot. Yeah.
Chris.
What can I say about Chris? Yeah, grade 9 CWW was really fun. Yeah. Betrayed by my childhood best friend. Not a better feeling than that, bro, honestly. Yeah, but anyway. Oh, since he came back from China, I don't know what they did to him, but you know, I think he's changed a lot. He's not as annoying he used to be, you know. He's not part of his Chinese gang anymore. He started with Edwin, so hey. He kind of gave up on the DP thing, kind of left me by myself. Not too happy about that. You know, he finished everything, but except his math IA, so yeah. Other than that, he's a good friend. Very supportive, kind of.
Chris, I expected to be with us during our DP exams, but fortunately he didn't, so I wish him all the best.
What he is he has a work ethic, again, that I don't know if people realize, that he's been doing things on his own, and he's had goals for himself, and he's worked to achieve them, right? And he's thoughtful about what he's doing, and he recognizes when things make sense for him and when they don't. And he's made a lot of choices, especially with university. He knew when he was applying that possibly not being a DP student was an avenue to go on. So when he applied to universities, he applied as not a DP student to make sure that he could get into a school and to secure that future for himself. And knowing that he's lived in residential the majority of his time, and that he hasn't seen his family in so long, but has still made the choices and has figured out how to work things out on his own, is very impressive about Chris.
Oh, what will like my classmates think about me? I don't know. I really don't know, like, because me personally, I don't really like to get along with people who I don't know. And I think in other people's eyes, people who don't know me, they think I'm a really quiet person. I feel like the people who knows me, I'm totally different. It's like I'm like the weirdest person among them. That's how I think.
Chris is a big fan of McDonald's. When he was living in my room with me last summer vacation, he was eating the McDonald's over all the time. Yeah.
Man, I know Chris Ma, Mr. Ma, for almost like 8 years. The first day I met him, I told him I was Korean, and this dumb really believed I was Korean. And he was trying to speak Chinese with me. I was like, no Chinese, Korean. He really trusted that. But the next day in the morning, then he was speaking some dumb Chinese to me. Then he don't know I was Chinese. Then suddenly he knows because my knee was on his shoulder. Yeah, we get into a fight the second day we know. Yeah, of course I went to, this is a story. So we get into a fight, then I get into Mr. Liu's room, definitely. He was still joining class, and that time I was on my first fight in this school. It wasn't a fight, it was just me beating him up. He didn't fight me back. Yeah, that's how me, like, for real, that close to get expelled. But that man saved my life. Me and him both went to the room, and Mr. Lewis asked him, "Is this man kick you?" And my man said, No, it's okay. We were just playing, yeah. He was that time I know this is a really friend to make. And that's the first friend I make in this school. We get along with until now. I think in the future we're definitely gonna be broke. Just kidding. We're gonna be definitely gonna be. We're both going to the state. Yeah.
Please talk about Poom.
Big Daddy.
Poom. Okay, Poom. He can always bring. His existence bring a very nice atmosphere. He bring the class to life. Yes.
This mother has gotten me into trouble so many times that I just refuse anything at this point. You'll see him a lot of the time asleep in Thai class on the floor, and Miss Ma has to yell to have him wake up. But yeah, that's Poom.
Poom, a very reliable guy to ask when you want to know some stuff, because he will lie to your face and tell you all the facts that he made up by himself, which are never true.
I think Poom is the first person I knew and I got along with in the school. I know him for, since the first day I got to the school because we lived in the same dorm. He's a really cool guy, a funny guy, but 90% of his word is fake.
I met Edwin, Chris, and Poom 7 years ago in the Sac Tong dorm. Those three are thick as thieves. They are tight. And they still are, after 7 years of knowing each other, living with each other, and being brothers, friends with each other. I'm gonna tell you a story that I don't even know if they're all aware of. One of them's aware of it, but probably forgot. Back in Sac Tong, when they would get in trouble, and it was Edwin and Chris getting in trouble, Chris would always say, no, let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you the story. Here's the story, here's the story. And Poom would just stay silent, right? Until Chris and Edwin left the room. Then Poom would say everything that happened. So we didn't really have to listen to what Edwin and Chris were saying, because we knew that 5 minutes after they left, Poom would be like, here's what really happened, and give us all the details. It's so funny because I think that even though they don't exactly know that happened, right? Regardless, they can look back at it now and laugh about it, because they are, like I said, super close. I don't know if they know this, but I want to see those three graduate and the rest of the grade 12s as well.
Me?
You came here grade 7, so been with us for a while, I think, compared to the rest of the class. You went through a lot of, transformations in your kind of look. I don't know, I think your face changed every single time I came back from school. It's really cool. I can't say the F word. I like his cooking. I think he's very good at cooking. He's been here since grade 7. I know we play sports together. Yeah, play games on the weekends. Yeah, I'd like to be around him. It's fun to be around.
I've met him when we were in grade 7 in Mr. Nick's English class, which he was wrongly put into. And one thing, the first impression he gave me was when he said that he was introducing himself and he said that he don't have any single friends.
And still.
Oh my God, and still.
Maybe they think I'm a bit shy, I guess. Yeah.
I love this person very, very much. You guys know why? As you guys all know, I have missed a lot of assignments from Mr. Brandon, and that dude always helped me to hide some details, which you guys understand that. As a student, and Ryuji is always helped me to do that kind of thing all the time. Actually, he's not helped me directly, but I can always find some excuse from him.
Ryuji seems like he has a very has a variety of activities in his life, really, yeah, and professional in like photography and stuff. Very, very good skills.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for editing videos for us.
Yes, sir.
Ryuji. Is he here? Is he on time? Does anybody have eyes on Ryuji? Anyone? No, yeah, Ryuji. I met Ryuji first at summer camp at APIS, and I don't even know if he remembers that. Yeah. And ever since then, he has grown into a completely different person in the best way possible. Okay, and like in the best way possible, and I do mean that. You can always see Ryuji either cycling down the mountain, driving in his Tesla, trying to hit somebody, playing with the drone, playing with the camera, playing volleyball. Ryuji's the best volleyball player. His words, not mine. I don't know how anyone else feels about that. But Ryuji wants to be a chef, and so I believe that he's going to be a great chef one day. And since he is watching this and everyone else is watching this, let me be the first one to invite you to Ryuji's restaurant when he opens up, okay? Everyone gets a free meal every time you show up. So thank you, Ryuji, for that. We appreciate you.
I'm not sure about that.
Well, it's already been established.
Jasper.
The Brits, oh, don't cut this. No, his father is gonna watch it. The British boy, yeah, my friend, yeah, the only friend I had who looks like a foreigner in my whole life, for real. I had no, except teachers, but the only friend who's in my age looks white. But he's not white. He considers himself like Asian, yeah. I think I know him once. I was picking Chris up from a futsal game. Then because Chris was weekly going his home playing footballs, and so I get into know this man, this cool dude, man. He always be more fashionable than anyone else. He always be more like step forward than anyone else. Before we know something, he know it already. I think, yeah. And he's a good man. He teach me a lot. He taught me a lot. Bad and good.
What do you think others might describe you?
The Brits. I think it depends how long we've been at the school for. You know, if they know me for a long time, maybe one way. More recently, another way. I think I changed a lot in the years I was here. So, yeah.
Jasper, my British man. You know, he's probably the most quiet in our group, like in our class for a while, majority of the time. And I think he's very, very, very open-minded, I would say. And, you know, me and him share a lot of the same kind of like playlists, like what we like. And, you know, me, him, and Ryuji went to ROTC together, and I think that makes the experience a bit better. Yeah, overall, like a really good guy, and I hope he do well in Europe, you know.
Very interesting guy. I met him since grade 5, and I just want to say that I am so grateful that you're in my art class, because I've always been, like, I can always be the first person who turned in everything, and Mr. Ricardo just likes me more.
Jasper is the only British guy in our class, but I don't know is that their like British tradition or what. He really kick boys' ball. You guys know which what I'm talking about. Like a lot of argument, the big argument in our grade between the boys is because of he kicked someone's ball. Yeah.
Sean.
Oh, Sean, I would say the first time I met this dude, I never seen a dude can be this straight. Just stand like a soldier, standing next to Mr. Casey in front of science classroom. I saw it's a new RA coming, bro. I saw it's a new RA. When he introduced to me in Chinese, oh, new student, and same age as me, and he looks was fun, like he talk fun, but he acting like a nerd. Yeah, at that time he was like very focused on study. His Germany, even he didn't get his Germany in time, and his English. Now his Chinese wasn't that good too. So, but he was a good friend to hang out with. Yeah, that's it, man. He's an okay man.
Sean, I remember most for giving him advice on how to have a Thai girlfriend. So I hope things are going well in that area.
Sean, he's a very, very cool guy. He has certain trait that I would not disclose here, but he's a very kind of like special individual. Also very, very kind of like smart. But I would say that he's smart in Chinese and really not in English. Sometimes he have trouble communicating his knowledge to us, and I think he improved a lot over the years. And one trait that he's very good at is that he's very good at English when he's mad. So that's Sean for you.
Sean, he was willing to help me out with homework and assignment and saying the poem.
Been through physics class together. It was a bit rough, but he gave up in the end, so kind of left me on my own. Not too happy about that, but I think he was good support for that. Yeah, at least like going through the class, we could help each other out. So I quite like him as a person. He's very helpful in a lot of ways.
Sean, I'm going to keep Sean's very short and very brief so that you get a real sense of who he is if you don't know who he is. One day in English class, I said, what would your friends and family say about you? How would they describe you? And everyone else said, smart, funny, outgoing. Sean had one word to describe him. Shameless.
Knew it.
Facts. Facts. That's all I can say.
Yoke, the most annoying person I've ever met. I don't like her at all. I don't know why anyone would like her. But yeah, Yoke is my best friend, and when I first met her, it was in grade 5. We were in Miss Jo's class, and I was a new kid, right? And she had the audacity to step on my feet and then give me like a deathly like glare. So I really hated her, and I thought she was the meanest person ever. But then one day we were doing our Egyptian project, and she came over to me and asked if I would be her partner. And I just said yes because I got no one to be a group with. And she ended up doing all the work, writing all the information, doing all the research, and all I need to do is cut and glue decorations onto the poster. So from that time on, I know that I have to be friends with Yoke because she would just do everything. change. No, but yeah, she's a great person and I love hanging out with her. She's really funny and yeah.
Yok, she smiles bright, friendly girls and is considerate about other people.
What do you think Arthur might describe you?
That I'm a
Yeah.
I would say always a leader in our class. Always have a plan for us. Always can sort those things out for the boys, for the girls, for the whole class, and he think about the good for the group. But yeah, that's it, I think.
For Doris, I met her when we were in 8th grade, when she first came here. And I was one of the first person that was introduced to her. We met before school started, and we met at like a friend's house. I'm pretty sure I scared her away with how much I talk. So I hope that's not the case, Doris. And yeah, we helped out each other a lot in classes like biology, psychology. Overall, I really like talking to you and yeah.
Doris, I think we started to become closer when the DP cohort became smaller and smaller. So a lot of us kind of just had to like rely on each other. We helped each other a lot, and normally Doris is very quiet, but when she speaks, like honestly, I think it's like she says some of the smartest things that you'll ever hear. So I also wish her the very best.
I think my other classmate used to describe me as emo and serial killer, and has already passed. Okay, my bad. Now I hope it's different. Yeah.
She's the only girl in my class. I think I kind of
You abuse.
play along with. She can take jokes. She knows. She watched the same anime as us. We got a lot in common. We got a lot of things to talk about. Yeah, she's a good friend.
Doris is a very mysterious figure in our classmates. Like sometimes she would talk out of nowhere, and when she talked, our class just kind of like listen. I think that's what kind of like most of our class known her for. She's also like really good at remembering stuff. Kind of like if Miss Huda, for example, our psychology and biology teacher, teach her one thing, and she would know it as like a flashbulb memory, but she would have a much more flashbulb memories than we do. And I think that she's very kind too. She teach a lot of my classmates like math, and she's very yeah.
Eugen, I think we have to all apologize to you for being not so nice in the first year when you came to APIS. So I'm really sorry about that, and I never realized how fun of a person you are. I'm really excited to spend more time with you in senior trip, and which we would be done, but yeah. And yeah, wish you the best for the future and everything.
Eugen's really kind. She's a really nice girl, and she always think about the good part of other people, and she don't like gossip and conflicts. She's a very peaceful. She's a very peaceful girl, and yeah, and I just love it. And she's also very, should I say, aesthetic in fashion. Yeah, pretty. Yeah.
They think maybe I'm quiet person. Yeah. What do you think?
Eugene, a very distinguished Korean. How I know is that the first week of dorm, she brought a whole bag of kimchi to school. Yeah, and I think that's like the most memorable things in grade 10. Cause she was always kind of like mysterious. We have her as a classmate online a lot, but we never seen her. And then the first thing I seen her is just, you know, in a big suitcase, bag full of kimchi, and yeah, I think that's all I got to say for Eugene.
So with Eugene, she was gone so much with distant learning when she first started, so we were all trying to get to know her more and more. But I think what I've seen from Eugene is this kindness and sweetness, and I've seen it a lot more as she's been a junior and senior because of the fact that she's residential, and I've seen how she kind of helps out with the other girls that are in the residential program. And I've seen how she's been able to help out with different residential activities, community service in those ways. And again, I don't know if everybody knows that about her, that she has this kindness, because she is quiet. But that's something that I've been really impressed with her. And favorite moment is probably was when we didn't know who she was and she was still online, and we learned about her through Instagram through one of the other students who had friended her. And we're like, oh, this is the girl that we don't actually see on the screen. So that's how we first learned about Eugene.
Susan.
Susan, she's engaged in conversations when we're in psychology, oftentimes in math. I will see her asleep. But yeah, she's great to be around, although we don't get a chance to talk much, but I also wish her the very, very best.
I don't talk much with Susan. She doesn't really talk with others, but you know, she's really helpful. Like, she always helped me, and like when she go back to China, she would bring us snacks. And I think that's like really grateful. I think what I'll remember is Susan, and I hope she does well in the future, but I hope that she's kind of like be more talkative to others. I think, you know, I hope she does, and I think if she does that, she would, you know, be like a really good kind of like topic starter, because like when I do projects with her, you know, she would always question interesting stuff and things like that. So I hope she does that more. Yeah.
She's a very good person, and she's also supportive. To be honest, I talk with her a lot in school and outside school too. Authors might think that Susan is a bit too quiet, but for me, no, she's fun, she's funny. I talk to her. Yeah, that's why.
Well, both of us graduated from IEL. You know, from those years, I can see she's trying hard for DP, even we both quit it, but she tried it, and I can tell she's like a very warm-hearted person in life. Yeah.
If you have not had the pleasure of meeting Susan, she is probably one of the kindest people I've ever met, regardless of age. Susan is really kind. She always asks what you're doing, how you're feeling. She's always engaged and involved in your life. And it kind of grounds you, right? And it kind of makes you understand that people do care. People do want to, you know how you're doing. And so everyone should either meet Susan or get a Susan in their life, because she's good people.
Bonnie, she comes over and she eats everything in my fridge, in my kitchen. We're out of everything in my kitchen. Okay, but in all seriousness, she's like one of the best people I know. She's super kind, she's super caring. She gives great advice. She, you know, is great to gossip with. Truly, truly like the best experience. And I will definitely miss her. And I'm sad I won't be able to see her every day anymore because we're going to universities in different places, but we'll keep in touch. Psych, we won't.
I hope that people think that I'm nice. At least I try to be sometimes. And I might be loud in class to some teacher. So I hope they don't think of me like that. Yeah.
Bonnie, I met with her since she was in grade 6. At that time, like, we don't know each other yet, but when it's in grade 7, like, we know each other more, and I know that she's from Hong Kong. I mean, she's pretty nice girl, and she's, you know, beautiful as always.
Bonnie, she's always super kind. She's willing to share. She's willing to share the studying resources she got. Yes, very. Very caring.
So Bonnie, for the longest time, I didn't know she was Hong Kongese, and so here I'll share a story. So around grade 8, grade 9, I kind of learned Chinese a bit, and then in grade 10, there's a parents-teacher conference, and Bonnie's dad came to me and handed him his business card, thinking I was a school principal. And then I prank call her dad, and so that's probably the most, and that's when I know she's Hong Kongese, you know, like his dad accent is a bit distinguishable Hong Kongese accent, and I think that's what I know Bonnie for, and probably will remember her like the most at that time. She's very artistic, very artistic minded, and I think she's gonna be a very good artist, and she's also really good at math. Most of our math class rely on her answer, you know, right or wrong, it doesn't matter, like, yeah, and I think that's Bonnie.
So Bonnie, for me, she's creative, right? She has this eye for an artistic side that I don't have and that I always am so envious of in others, because it really truly is a gift and something that she has. And I can see that even in her writing, so that she's able to dissect a piece of media and really look at what the emotions are behind it. And I think one of my favorite moments with Bonnie was just kind of some of those class dinners and getting to talk to her a little bit more and having like new experiences. You know, going out to eat for a Japanese barbecue is a little bit different, and hearing those new ideas and new thoughts that came with that.
Most enjoyable moment. I will have to not like, if I were to be honest, I had some of my best time in APIS when I was in like 5th grade, 6th grade, and like 7th grade. Things went downhill after middle school, but with DP being so stressful and everything, all of the classes, the teacher I had, was also one of the best experience I had.
I think this year I've gotten close with a lot of my teachers. Miss Stephanie is always super nice to talk to. She's kind of like become the mom of our entire class. Miss Huda's, any of her classes is always enjoyable. It's great to be in there. Her room is kind of just like, I think it's the best room at APIS. It smells great. There's candy. The air conditioning's cool. And she's so like, she's just the best person.
The most enjoyable moment would be like all of the class without balls during like throughout grade 7 to grade 9s. Before the COVID-19 happened, I have a lot of fun with my classmates back then, yeah.
The most enjoyable moment in my APIS life is whenever that Edwin took my phone to take the selfie with my classmate. Because actually, I want to do that too, but I'm shy to do the selfie with my classmate, no matter boys or girls. But Edwin is a very outgoing person, so I thank him a lot. If it's possible, I wish I could keep those photos forever, because that's part of my youth.
My most enjoyable moments would be, I would say, hanging out with my friends, because like playing games with them or just hanging out with them or like playing sports with them. Because I'm not like a study person, so you know what would you do outside of study? You hang out with your friends, right? Yeah.
I would say grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, because since grade 10, those punks stopped playing basketball. Those punks started playing some video games, starting touching things they shouldn't touch. Yeah, from grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, those memories just, I would say playing sport with my friends, with my FGGs. Oh. Yeah, definitely basketball. Later on, we try badminton. Yeah, those memories when we practice together, when we go out play games together. There's, we fight, we're boys. Our hormones is hard. We fight each other, of course, but we get along back. We stay solid to each other. And this just make our relationship more tight and tight. Yeah, I think that's the most memorable moment I had with them.
Hardest moment?
Let me set up the scene for you. Imagine you're in 10th grade and you're choosing your DP classes and you learn you have to take Thai, HL, when 1, you don't need the class. 2, you're not even required to take the class, but you end up in a meeting with people who tell you you have to take it no matter what. That was my hardest moment.
I guess at the beginning of 2 weeks ago when I started my exams. All right.
At the beginning of my school life in APIS, it was not able to accept to the school atmosphere. It was difficult time for me in my future freshman years. However, as time passed, I was able to adjust to our school and made more friends. Yeah.
I think the hardest moments for me was grade 9, quarter 3. So grade 9, quarter 3, in semester 1, I did a lot of messed up stuff and it really affected my GPA, like even to now. Like that's the only GPA that kind of like hold me down, and I got a 2.4, 2.5 GPA on that semester, and you know, kind of like go through a lot like transitional stage as well. That's when I kind of like know. And at the end of quarter 3, you know, like in the middle, like we have COVID, and at the beginning, you know, I kind of like think that's good because gotta play games and stuff. But as time goes on, you know, getting a bit sick of it, and I just really like spiral out of control. Like this thought led to this thought and led to this thought, and I would say like by the end of June, like when our school closes, I was feeling a bit, not really depressing, just sad, you know. And I think that's the hardest kind of like moments for me. There's many kind of like depressing moments, but I think that's the hardest that I got to go through. And I think my family kind of sees it as well during that time. I was a bit non-functional at that time. It's almost like a routine, like a robot at that time, and I just didn't know what to do, and I was questioning like, the hell, the is going on? Yeah.
I think the hardest moment for me is the 2 years of the DP journey. I mean, I'll say this is challenging, not hard, not the hardest, but the hardest would be like when I first get to the school, because I knew zero English, and there were people who, you know, really like to joke around with you, and then you really need to, you know, get involved with people around you, and then you need to learn the second language quick so you can be part of them. I will say adapting to this new environment, to the new people, is the hardest moment, yeah.
I mean, my hardest moments will be, I mean, probably the beginning of grade 7, because this is my first time to actually join a class, and also with a lot of people, and also people from different world. And you know, my advisor at that time is Mr. Ricardo. I mean, our advisor speaks, you know, English, and I mean, my listening is not that good at that time, so sometimes like I really cannot understand what my advisor is talking about at that time. Right now it's different actually. So which just like makes me feel like life is so hard at that time.
So after I graduate from APIS, I'm going to study in America for university. But by the way, I will take my lovely dude, Chris Ma, go with me. We're going to Gonzaga University and sleep on the same bed for another 2 more years. Oh, that's such nice future for me.
In university, I'll be majoring in biology with a pre-med track. After that, hopefully will be medical school, and then a few years of residency, and then hopefully I'll be matched to a specialty that I would like to do. So then it'll be a fellowship so that I will be specialized in the area of medicine I would like to be in.
After I graduate, for sure I will go to the university. Like right now, I'm thinking try to like learn more languages, at least to learn Thai. I'm so sorry that I never learned Thai during this six years. Even though I'm in Thailand, I'm sorry for that. So at least I want to become a translator. Like no matter it's simple or hard, but I want to try to translate languages like to others. So I think I will try to learn Thai if I can.
After I graduate here, probably go to cooking college. Maybe like being some Asian Gordon Ramsay, you know. And after I graduate from college, I probably find some work before I open my own business to share my cooking experience to the authors to eat. So I'll make them happy. Yeah, that's my future.
in the future, I apply to universities with the kinesiology, which is like physical therapy major, and that's also what I'm hoping to do in the future. It's doing therapy for people that are disabled. Cut that part. I guess that's enough, right? Saying I'm also willing to do that in the future, the major.
So for my future, my dream is honestly, it's very simple too. I just want to like do my own business, and then in the future, like that business can earn me money, and then to, you know, to feed the whole family and not disappointing my parents. And yeah, I don't want to work for other people, but you know, like, but I still have to do it, but I really want to build my own business, because in that way you'll have freedom. Just become rich, you'll have freedom.
Okay, my future. After I graduating from high school, I'm moving to the state, Oregon State University. Gotta remember that, boy. I'm definitely gonna play some ball there, trying to get some mixtape, trying to get some stats there. First, I'm trying to see if I can make money, feed myself and my family for playing basketball, because I mean, that's legit, that's the only thing I know how to do it. And also get some knowledge in college, get some connection, get some relationship, doing my own business, mostly like coaching, athlete, helping agent, those stuff. I think I didn't thought that far yet, but that's a step to take.
So as a final farewell to the class of 2023, I will just say I'm thankful for the time that I've had with each and every one of you. I'm not sure how next year is going to look. It's going to be very quiet without everyone around. And I'm just very thankful that I was able to be your advisor for this many years, to see you until the end. And I hope that each and every one of you is true to yourself as you continue on with your future endeavors. Bye.
There's plenty of time to roast each other in the future, but for now, for all the grade 12s, I just want to say, be proud of yourselves, congratulations on graduating, and your past self or present self is going to be very happy and content with your future self and the path that you chose, okay? So live life with no regrets, maybe just like a little bit, but live it authentically you, and yeah, just let the world see who you are. Okay.
ก็อนาคตของเรา my future ก็คือเหมือนว่าผมเคยมีความคิดเยอะครับแล้วก็เหมือนกับว่าผมไม่ได้คิดมันต่อและไม่ได้ประสานมันต่อแล้วก็เหมือนกับว่าบางความคิดผมคิดว่ามันไกลเกินความเป็นจริงเกินไปแล้วก็คือตอนนี้ครับ my goal my only goal คือผมอยากแค่ตอนนี้ทำงานแล้วก็ปลดหนี้ให้แม่หมายถึงว่า like kind of clear my mom's debt my company's debt and ก็เหมือนกับว่าอยากทำให้คือครอบครัวมีความสุขอีกทีครับคือตั้งแต่โควิดมาผมรู้สึกว่าแม่ไม่ได้ค่อย enjoy ตัวเองเท่าไหร่ก็เลยคิดว่าผมอยากแค่จบมาแล้วก็ช่วยแม่ทำงานแล้วก็ทำให้มันสามารถทำให้แม่ถึงว่า enjoy ครับมีความสุข แบบว่าได้เที่ยวอะไรเงี้ยครับแล้วก็ไม่ต้องห่วงเรื่องงานแล้วก็คือปล่อยให้ผมกับพี่ทำก็โกนี้ผมพยายามเซตแบบภายใน10 ปีอะครับให้อายุประมาณ28 29 30ทำได้เพราะตอนนั้นแม่ผมก็จะอายุประมาณ60กว่าแล้วก็คือแกก็ยังสามารถเที่ยวได้ยังสามารถใช้ของแบบว่ามีเพื่อนมีอะไรสังสรรค์ได้อยู่ครับมันคือแม่เป็นคนที่เทคแคร์ร่างกายแล้วก็คือโกผมก็แค่อยากให้แม่ในชีวิตวัยทองครับอะไร golden age มีความสุขเพราะว่าเหนื่อยมาเยอะแล้วก็พ่อด้วยครับก็ same thing
Okay, my little Kumi, open your mouth like a good boy. Okay. One more. Okay, you gotta eat quick, okay?